got the bloodlust.
Me too.
I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror since 2014. This is episode 280 of the program. Tonight we are reviewing 28 Years Later, the third in the Rage Virus Zombie trilogy. First and third being directed by Danny Boyle.
Welcome back, Danny Boyle.
That's right. My name is Amy. I am your fearless leader, joined as always by my lovely and talented co-host, Kay.
I'm so sorry that I spoke before I was introduced. How will the people know who I am?
That's right,
Hi,
babe.
it's me, Kay.
We've had a nice 3-day weekend, haven't we?
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm used to only working 3 days now because it's 2 weeks in a row. So I guess I'll just work for 3 days for the rest of my life.
We're just part-timers now.
Yeah,
That sounds great.
part-time work.
We had our first movie screening outdoors. I guess I can take my headphones off now.
Yeah,
so
we're
you're
in the
not
same
muffled.
room, you see.
We had our first movie screening outdoors using our new projector
Yes, we
yesterday.
did.
And it went off without a hitch.
Except for the bugs.
Well, yes.
Too many mosquitoes, but that's not the projector's fault.
No, it's not. Nor was it the movie's fault.
No, it wasn't.
And I actually scored quite a hit, I think, last night with the movie. I think Kay liked it a lot.
Yeah, I loved it.
We watched Defending Your Life, not a horror movie.
Not at all.
But the Criterion collection is having, well, Barnes & Noble is having its annual Criterion Collection 50% off sale. So I bought a pretty big haul of movies this time for me. Usually I only get like 3 a time, a sale.
A frugal babe.
This time I got Defending Your Life, All That Heaven Allows, which we also watched this morning, which Kay liked significantly less, but also enjoyed, I believe.
You know, it's just very infrequent that we watch anything that's not a horror movie. Like, it's once in a fortnight. So
It's true.
to have 2 in a row, that was very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I liked last night's better.
Yeah, I understand. I also got House, the Japanese film, Hausu, which we'll watch at some point. I'm sure you're not going to really like, but it's so wild and I love it. What else did I get? Lost Highway, which I never have owned, surprisingly, with it being a David Lynch movie. And one more. Do I have to go look?
Is Lost Highway the one that we watched also with Kiss and Kate Barlow?
Yes, that you fell asleep very quickly.
Yeah.
And I turned it off because I didn't want to watch it twice.
Yeah.
1 second, I'm going to find the other one I bought.
You could walk out to the living room.
I could. Wally.
Well, it was Wally.
It was Wally.
How did you forget about Wally?
Wally's so good.
Wally is so good.
It's so pretty and so sad.
Half the movie is just instrumental, and it's just lovely.
It's beautiful.
Wally.
Yeah, Eva. So we've had a lovely weekend. We went to the beach yesterday as well, and that was very nice.
Right.
Made up for the previous weekend when we were very rushed and had to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Including camping, which was so much packing and unpacking.
Poor us.
Poor us. So because we've been doing so many outdoor things for the past couple weeks, we haven't watched as many classic horror movies. The homework films. Yeah. No, but we did watch one.
Yeah.
Called Spider Baby from 1967.
Yeah.
Directed by one of my favorite directors, Jack Hill, who also made Foxy Brown, which we recently watched.
As well.
What did you think about Spider Baby?
You know I love a camp movie. It was stupid and I loved it. Little babies being spiders. I liked her when she had her little knives in her hands and I like that she cut off and saved that ear, little weirdo.
Yeah.
I liked the down the barrel direct to camera. I'm telling you this story. It felt like an old time like Christmas, like, okay, everyone gather around. So let me tell you this story. Anyways, the whole thing has been eradicated and we have nothing left to worry about. Dun dun. I liked it. What a weird little inbred genetic disease.
What a weird movie, right?
Yeah.
It's very low budget, obviously. being that it's in 67 and it's black and white still, and Jack Hill was not a big budget director. But I feel like all the acting in the movie is very good.
I loved the sisters too, like the one bossy sister that would do all of the narration for you, so you didn't really have to think about anything. Anyways, this is what's happening, and then the other sister, I know. I know.
And the one always saying, you should hate her.
You should hate her. Or we don't hate. And then just a amuse-bouche of cannibalism in the basement. You don't really get to see it, but it's happening.
That's right. It's such a weird little movie. I really like it. I mean, it's in the grand tradition of a subgenre that I very much like, which is weird insular families or communities with, creepy, strange secrets.
Yeah, that the housekeeper, just whatever his name was, just every time he left the house, the kids be murdering.
Every time.
Every goddamn
poor guy.
time. I guess I gotta clean this up again. Okay.
That's right.
Kids, go to your room.
Lon Chaney.
Lon Chaney.
Famous for playing, among other Hollywood monsters, the Wolfman. And there's funny references in this movie to the Wolfman, which is very cute and meta and ahead of its time. I'm glad you liked it. What did we watch Spider Baby on? We watched it on Hoopla.
Hoopla. Oh, that's right.
I believe it's also available on Prime, so you could do that. I just chose Hoopla because there's never ads.
Right. Thanks to the library. So I had a peek at our spreadsheet in anticipation of this episode, and probably the next two movies we're going to watch to talk about on episode 281 are going to be Blackula, which is very fun, and I think you'll like. Great.
And Sisters, which is a Brian De Palma kind of murder mystery thriller.
I know.
Brian De Palma's the guy who made Carrie.
Ah, I like Carrie.
Yeah. So that's what you can look forward to for our next horror homework segment.
Yeah. Do some homework with us, will you?
Yeah. Watch those two, and then we'll discuss them next time.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we should start talking about 28 Years Later. What do you say?
All right. Let's talk about this whole ding-dang franchise.
This whole franchise. We watched all of them in anticipation. We're only going to go into the stats. Damn it, my mosquito bite on my hand has started itching again.
Do you need some cream?
No, we'll push through. I'll just suffer.
Oh, no one knows how you suffer with your little mosquito bites.
Yeah. So we're only going to do the stats for 28 Years Later, since that's the one that we're mostly going to be talking about.
Yeah, look up the other ones on your own. Stop being lazy.
This movie is rated R. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 55 minutes. It was directed by Danny Boyle. You might know him from 28 Days Later and Trainspotting and Slumdog Millionaire. It was written by Alex Garland. You might know him from writing 28 Days Later, from Annihilation, from Ex Machina, and from some, to me, disappointing recent movies.
Not to be named. Some people probably like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It stars Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Ralph Fiennes. It was released in U.S. theaters June 20th of this year. On Rotten Tomatoes, it is 88% fresh with critics and 63% fresh with the audience. And this one is about, it's 28 years later, but I was incorrect in the last episode saying.
I think you already said, or maybe you just said it to me. I don't know. Maybe you didn't say it in the last episode.
Well, I thought it was actually 28 years later from the first movie, but it's 23, so they just...
Yeah, alas, they couldn't wait the other 5 years because they're doing even more movies upon this one.
The second in a planned trilogy has already been filmed. It was filmed back-to-back with this one. But the director of that one is going to be different. Alex Garland wrote the screenplay, but Nia DaCosta is directing it. And she made the Candyman reboot, which I thought was very good. So this one is about 28 years after the first outbreak in England. This 12-year-old boy named Spike lives with his father, who's kind of domineering and a very big head honcho in the village, and his mysteriously ill mother, on this small island, which is less than a mile away from mainland northern England. And they're safe from the infected. And the citizens there have a tradition that sees their young people escorted to the mainland to kill infected people as a rite of passage. As a rite of passage. Spike goes with his dad. He's kind of disillusioned after his outing, and he wants to locate this rumored doctor who lives on the mainland. That his dad says, no, he's just crazy. He sees this fire off in the distance, and his dad is like, this is this doctor. He's crazy. He has just like a ton of dead people everywhere.
Yeah, he brought them all. He lined them all up. He's insane.
Right. But Spike thinks this might be the only hope for my mother because there's no doctor in the village. And so he sneaks out of the island compound with his mother in tow in an attempt to contact this doctor and get her cured. She's having some mental issues where she's having dementia and stuff.
Right.
So, the second movie, 28 Weeks Later, and the half of the first movie take place in London. This one takes place in northern England. The infected eventually starved to death because there wasn't anything for them to eat in a big city, but they want you to believe in this one that in the rural areas, the infected are now kind of hunting wild animals. Right. And that's how they've been able to survive. And all of England is still cut off, but the rest of the world has gone on as normal. And they patrol the seas surrounding England to make sure nobody leaves. There's also kind of mutations to this rage virus where some of them are like...
well endowed.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Has some mutation.
Some of them do starve to death, like you see an emaciated one, but then there's this alpha strain, and they're very well endowed and huge, and they kind of hunt in packs.
And the slow ones.
And then they have the crawlers, and those are the ones that are big and gelatinous and eat stuff on the ground. And those are the ones that Dad lets his son shoot because he needs to get him used to killing.
Yeah.
And once you kill, it gets easier every time.
Every time.
Right. So this, like the first one, I think is kind of, a statement on how fragile society is and how it doesn't take a whole lot for it to fall apart and how quickly we revert to...
Yeah, all it takes is a minor zombie infestation. And then everyone goes buck wild.
That's right. The first movie, 28 Days Later, was filmed with early digital video. And it looks...
terrible.
Awful.
Terrible.
This movie, in kind of a nod to that and the scrappy upstart kind of filmmaking, is made on iPhones. iPhone 15 Pro Maxes.
But you know what? 23 years later, iPhones are way better.
Oh my God, yes.
Than any of the camera equipment from the first one.
Right. So, let's first talk about this one, I guess, and then we can kind of talk about how we felt about the series as a whole. And does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
What are your feelings about 28 Years Later?
It was quite a departure from the other two movies, and I'm not just talking about the music, although I did miss the music a lot.
Right, this one doesn't really have the theme that's present in the first two movies.
Yeah. I liked the, coming of age story of it all, even though I think that 12 years old is far too young to be out shooting any sort of, things that could hurt you. Protect that child. He's too young.
However, as a counterpoint, the average life expectancy has probably gone way down.
Okay. But there's elders in the...
Yes, there was.
There's literally an elder living with him.
Yeah, I agree. It was... And they even say in the movie, this is too early, but Dad's so macho, he wants to...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The father.
Yeah, he was terrible.
The father. I I didn't even care about the actual zombie sequences of it all. I cared about the story with the mom. I cared about the story to go get the doctor. I cared about what the doctor was saying about, society in general and, his little statues and everything. Way more than I cared about any of the zombies. And I absolutely hated the birthing situation. I don't see how it's plausible. If in the second movie she could give the virus to her husband by kissing, even if the placenta got the blood filtration system going for it and the baby didn't contract it from the blood, it's definitely going to contract it through the vaginal canal with the secretions. Like, that baby is a zombie. I don't understand how that baby's fine.
Right.
Anyway.
I think everybody, me, you, and Jonah all kind of laughed at that sequence.
Don't worry, that baby's fine. That baby's just fine.
That baby's fine.
Take it back to the village. Let it grow up.
Yeah, why would the village have a problem with taking it back? Yeah. Can't imagine.
How are you going to feed that baby? Great. No problems there.
No problems.
Yeah, so I cared. I didn't mind the plot of it. I cared way more about that than any of the whole zombie situation.
Right. Do you feel like this one, do you like where they chose to go as a third movie in this, having seen the other ones?
I liked that it wasn't completely military contained. I think that it was more palatable than just like a bunch of dudes saving the day. The guys will fix it. And
like the second one.
And the first one. The first one had the whole military people that they were promised women to come be there for them.
Right.
The second one was definitely all military, for sure.
Yeah.
The third one just had some dashes by keeping them all contained, but it wasn't about that.
Right.
I liked that. It's more of like, human nature and how you would go through the generations of figuring out what to do with the zombies.
It made me think a lot, or it made me think a lot about The Last of Us and the
for sure,
place in Wyoming that they all live.
Yeah.
And how they've covered that really well in The Last of Us.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure. For me, I wasn't sure if I liked the direction that it went as a third movie.
AKA, it's been done.
Yeah, it's been done. And I liked the stuff at the village and thought it was interesting, and I wished we would have spent more time there.
Yeah.
Because we leave it very quickly.
Right. You got a little bit of story building at the village, and then you go with the son and dad, and you come back, and it's showing the whole party scene.
And how disillusioned he gets because he realizes that his dad's a shit talker and that he's, inflating everything that they did. And then he sees his dad cheat on his sick mom.
Right.
So he's like super disillusioned now. This poor kid has really come of age all around.
Right. And so now he's the only one that even is interested in helping his mom. Like, he brought it to his dad. He's like, if there's a doctor, then we should go. His dad's like, meh, I'm just waiting for that bitch to die so I can move on to my second wife anyways.
Right. What did you think about the opening sequence of this? The Teletubbies, the kids watching Teletubbies and the zombies coming in.
I actually thought that, because we got into the theater kind of late, I thought that it was another trailer for another movie.
Oh,
I didn't
really?
realize that we were just, we're starting. Okay, here we are.
I really liked that sequence. I thought it was really suspenseful and well orchestrated and scary.
I liked little Jimmy, his dad giving him the cross necklace. Yeah.
They leave it for the whole rest of the movie until the very end.
Until the very end, yeah.
And that whole thing, we'll talk about it.
Oh
but
my God.
It's weird. It's weird.
Are you mostly just talking about his ensemble?
the whole thing.
Well,
The whole thing.
yeah, the whole thing, but
They then kind of go into this setup of the island community, and they use like old film footage from, I don't know, it's a Laurence Olivier movie. I think a Shakespeare Laurence Olivier movie of like, you know, people, agrarian society shooting arrows, and then they use the Rudyard Kipling poem Boots in the musical score and in the trailer. It all feels really obvious to me.
it also was like, okay, why are we looking at little soldiers marching? Like, that's not...
It seems more appropriate for the first two movies.
Right.
Rather than this one.
That's not what we're doing in this movie.
They haven't really, I mean, they're militaristic with their arrows and stuff.
Sure.
But I don't know. I would have seen that as more appropriate in, although I loved the musical cue in the movie, it was chilling. I would have thought it worked better in the last one than this one.
Did we listen to the soundtrack on coming home from the theater? Yes, we did.
I have listened to it quite a bit, as a matter of fact. I would like to point out, to me, personally, the music in this was the best thing about it. They, in the first two movies, they have this score with this musical theme that's very present throughout, and
I think it reminds me of the fighting scene from like Twilight or something, and that's why I'm like, I like it so much.
Just like power chords, you know, very, very like early 2000s power chords.
For sure.
And it gets like much more muscly and beefy in the second movie, which makes sense because the second movie becomes kind of a big action movie where the first one wasn't.
Yeah.
But this time they've departed completely from that, and they use this musical group, Young Fathers, which is a UK musical group that I really like. So I was really excited about this, and I think they do a really good job. I really like how the music sounds, except for one scene, and we watched this on like June 25th, so it's been a while now.
Yeah, we don't know which
And I can't remember the cue, but it was laughably corny.
To be fair, we couldn't remember the cue the next day when we were speaking about it.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It didn't come to us since.
No. So I think it's very unsubtle, the messages that this movie is trying to make. And I've always liked Alex Garland because I think he's very down on humanity. And I've always been that way. I'm quite a misanthrope and always have been. And for that, I'll always love Alex Garland. I think he's very down on humanity and very down on men in particular, if you look at his oeuvre. And I wish he didn't have so much of a boner for war stuff lately, because it's turning me off to...
I don't need it.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
But Danny Boyle has never really been a favorite director of mine. I like Trainspotting and I like 28 Days Later, but nothing else he's really done has stuck with me too much. After those two movies, I kind of expected bigger things from him. And I mean, he did Slumdog Millionaire, and I think he got an Oscar for it, so it just didn't do as much for me as his other movies. I thought that Trainspotting was so exciting and had such a new kind of film language that I hadn't really seen before, or for a while anyway. And 28 Days Later had this stripped down kind of raw feeling to it that I really liked, and I didn't expect him to just go big Hollywood, you know.
Yeah.
This one carries on the tradition of having children in central roles in the movie and in peril, just like the first one.
And the second one?
And the second one. I mean, the kids were kind of the stars of the second one.
For sure, yeah. Remember in the first one where they made that little girl change the tire in, like, the most, like, suspenseful scene of the whole movie?
Yes.
Why does that little girl even know how to change a tire? Number one.
Number
Number
one.
two, why are all the adults letting her do that?
Right.
We are supposed to be moving quickly. Interesting.
I didn't love the action sequences in this. He does this little trick where he, like, freeze frames when the arrow goes in, you know, and it felt a little much to me, a little try-hardy. Like he wanted to do something to kind of match the uniqueness of the first movie.
I forgot about that, and I'm mad that you reminded me of it.
I know, like when making the outline, it was starting to be better in my mind than it was when we watched it.
Lure you back in. It's not.
Right. They go into a lot of trying to illustrate the similarities between the infected and humans in this one, with the zombie birth and the alpha presumably wanting his baby.
Yeah.
And Dr. Kelson's kind of stuff talking to Spike.
Well, it's like, I think that is just having them around for a lot longer. In the first two movies, it's just like, it's such a surprise. They're the enemy. This is like earth-shattering. And then,
Right.
After 28 years...
They're coexisting now.
Right. This is a part of life. So then you start thinking, do these creatures have souls,
And I bet you that they're going to focus on that more in the next two movies.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I bet you that's going to be kind of the shift that we go to. What did you think about the performances in this?
I thought the kid did great. I could tell that he really cared for the whole family unit, and you could kind of see his heart breaking when the dad kept, doing things to push him further and further away. But he still had that insane love for his mom. And then after, spending time with the doctor, you really feel his loss. And then, I don't know, it just gets into more of the baby stuff, and I fucking hate the baby. Dad did a good job being an asshole. He sure made me hate him. Great.
I've seen that guy in several things now, Aaron Taylor Johnson. He was also in the Nosferatu movie that we saw.
Was he?
He's very forgettable in everything he's in, to me.
Was he? Interesting.
Not to talk shit about somebody. I'm sure he's very nice.
He's doing fine. You can punch up if you want. It's fine.
But I thought Jodie Comer, the woman who played the mom...
Yeah.
I've never seen Killing Eve, but I think she has a good screen presence, and I kind of wanted them to give her more to do.
Yeah.
The scenes where she does, like when she kind of comes out of her fugue and is able to help her son and stuff, I thought that was effective. And in the earlier two movies, we had women in central roles, and this one we don't really.
Yeah.
And I would have liked to have her more in the movie. But I thought that Ralph Fiennes was delightful, the doctor.
The doctor, yeah.
Yeah. That's Voldemort. Did you know that?
Iodine Man.
Yeah, Iodine Man is Voldemort. They also really made him look, because he's covered in iodine, like Colonel Kurtz from Apocalypse Now, which is a movie about a guy who is journeying through the desert to find this military officer who's kind of gone crazy. And it's interesting that they would make this guy who the kid is journeying to find, who has kind of gone crazy, look like Colonel Kurtz. I thought that was cute. And for all the kind of interesting things they do in this, I feel like the ideas are really oversimplified, and I don't know. I was disappointed. I think the idea of a young person's journey outside to make their first kill, the way they do, is potentially a rich setup.
Yeah.
And I wish that maybe they would have focused more on that beforehand. I really liked the bit that I forgot was in this movie, because we watched them out of order. We watched the first one, and then you watched them in order, but I watched the last one, and then I went back and watched, because I'd never seen 28 Weeks Later. And I liked the stuff with the outside world when they come in contact with that Swedish soldier.
Yeah.
I thought that was effective, because the world has moved on without them, and I liked that the soldier has his iPhone, and he kind of... You can tell he thinks of them as a different type of person from what he is, and there was some good humor in there, too, when he's showing Spike his girlfriend, and he says, "What's wrong with their face?"
What's wrong? Oh, I know what this is. I remember someone that had an allergic reaction to eating shellfish. I know exactly what this is.
So I thought that was cool. I liked the idea that the rest of the world has continued to move forward and they're just stuck, and in fact they're reverting.
Unfortunately, you get half of a scene of it.
Right.
And then nothing else.
That's true. And that's another thing about the movie is that they try many angles. You've got the coming of age kind of thing. And then you've got, you know, the fact that the world has left them behind and they have these patrols of other militaries that are ready to stop them. And then you've got the whole Jimmy thing. And then you've got the alpha, the evolution of the zombies.
Right.
And it's too much and it doesn't all go together. The movie feels like a couple of separate movies to me.
You didn't like when Jimmy's people could do a dance kick-ass scene?
No.
You didn't like that? What? I didn't.
No.
But they were dancing and killing. Dancing and killing at the same time.
Yeah. I don't think there's much to spoil in this.
Yeah.
I think that it's enough to tell you. We don't have to go into what happens, really. I don't think what ends up ultimately happening, it doesn't have the chance for a corny ending because it doesn't exactly end.
It doesn't end at all. No.
It shoves us into the beginning of another movie that is totally, tonally different. And the only things that they give you is little clues that it's connected to the sequence at
First
the beginning.
Scene. Yeah.
And other people that I've talked to that watched this did not even put that together.
Are you just trying to blame other people and you meant yourself? You're like, I didn't get it. But other people, it was other people that didn't get it.
I mean, I figured it out, but when I told Chris about it, he didn't realize that. It was very strange, and it was very off-putting, and it was... Sorry about that fly that's buzzing around in here now.
Yeah,
I'm sure
enjoy it.
Yeah. It was weird and off-putting, and it didn't... It just felt like a cash grabby thing. Like, okay, anyway, we're opening this up. It's going to be a weird, crazy... balls to the wall actiony.
Right. It felt like we made this movie truly just to introduce the characters for the next movie. It did not feel like they were putting like their heart and soul behind this movie.
Which is strange because Danny Boyle wanted to make a sequel way before this and had problems with not being able to get the rights back.
Yeah.
So it seems like this would have been a labor of love for them, being able to reprise, you know.
Finally, yeah. So,
to me, I would give this a 2.5, but I'm giving it an extra half star for that giant
you should probably give it a
ding-dong.
full star for that ding dong. I mean,
it's lucky it's getting a half.
It was multiple ding dongs in one. It was a freaking... what's that?
A Pringles can?
Pringles can.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it really was. There's a lot of dicks in this movie, and good, because
Great.
It makes up for some of the weirdness that I didn't care for. But I can't stress enough how good the soundtrack is. And the performances are pretty good. It's got some cool visual stuff, like the Tower of Skulls. That was neat imagery, but...
Yeah, I'll meet you right at 2.5. I guess. Also giving...
You don't have to do that. That's my thing.
Okay, I'm going to keep it at 2.5.
Keep it at 2.5.
I did not really enjoy it. If you want to have, like, a good family structure going through some sort of zombie terror, go watch The Quiet Place. That's very good.
Or...
I wasn't allowed to say it because I've already recommended it.
The Girl with All the Gifts.
Yeah. Well,
but it's a great zombie movie with a kid in it.
That's a really great zombie movie with
that takes place in England.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really recommend this, unfortunately. My favorite modern zombie movie is the Dawn of the Dead remake. I really like it. I think it has a lot of humor, and I think that the action is really effective. So I would suggest that one instead, or just watch the first 28 Days Later again, because that movie is very good. And I talked in the previous episode about how I had only seen it when it came out in theaters and not since, because the rapiness of it bothered me so much. And I mean, yeah, it still is that way, and it still has a really dark message that, you know, as soon as shit hits the fan, women are fucking in trouble.
Yeah.
But I think it's really effective, and as shitty as it looks, it has this immediacy to it. And I think that the turn in the second half of the movie, where it becomes more about getting away from these people, makes it really interesting, and I really like it.
Yeah, I like the first one. The second one, I also enjoyed more than this one. Like, I liked the fact that even though it was still very much military, the grabassery that was between all of the soldiers gave it a more palatable kind of lens to it. Like, oh yeah, I also had that dream about your wife. I didn't mind that. Also, the helicopter scene, I can't stop talking about it. It
has a really cool helicopter scene. I think that you can, having now seen the first one and the second one, you can make a really good comparison to Alien, the first Alien versus Aliens, the sequel. Mm-hmm. Because Alien was this stripped down horror movie that relied a lot on tension and not a lot on special effects. Well, it had some special effects, but certainly not to the extent that Aliens did. And then they made, with a different director and writer, they made this sequel that was a giant action movie that was in every way bigger and louder than...
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. They had one action sequence in the first movie where the zombies were already on fire, but they still decided to blow up the whole gas station. There was that one.
Yes, there was that.
A little unnecessary, but it was there for us to enjoy. Fire.
Right. So I think that 28 Weeks Later follows that pattern and is bigger and whatever, and like Aliens, it has a lot of corny shit in it.
Yeah.
And a lot of logical inconsistencies.
I don't mind corny. I don't like when you set up premises in previous movies and then just ignore the fact.
Yeah, they definitely retconned all of the shit that happened in the second one out of the third one.
Second one's just gone. Because
at the end of the second one, the zombies overrun Paris. And it's contained in the third one, again, just to England.
Also, in the second one, there's at least one family that has immune blood. We're just done caring about that?
Done caring about that.
I'll set with that. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's a terrible movie. I don't think it's great. It has some really cool action sequences. And the cast is good. It's got Jeremy Renner. It's got Rose Byrne. It's got Idris Elba. A bunch of British people playing American soldiers, because it's a British movie, which is funny. And I liked the idea in it of the dad leaving his wife to die.
Oh, yeah.
I wish that they would have... I think they did a decent job with that, but then I thought that it was corny how the dad, once he became infected, was just, like, stalking his kids.
Yeah, he was everywhere. He just turned up so many places. Like, what? How... Number one, how did you get out of the room that your wife was in?
Right.
Because that was quarantined.
Right.
Then once you did get out and infected everyone, how did you get out of that building? And then once you did get out of that building, how did you get into the subway? Right. How did you know your kids were even there? Like, right. That was, I don't know, 35 minutes ago that we left you, and somehow now you're here?
Right.
Oh, I think that the most suspense that I felt in the third movie was, and most feeling that I felt from the father and son connection, was them in the attic of that rundown house.
When they're hiding.
Yeah. And the son's feeling bad about himself because he kept like, seizing up, just being like, I can't shoot them. I can't. It's too scary. They're running at me. I'm not prepared.
All we have is a damn bow and arrow.
We've almost lost all of our arrows themselves. So now we're just stuck with bows. All of the practice that I did were either on these slow ones or on inanimate objects. Ugh. So that I felt about that. But again, I think that was a story of father and son and less about the actual Psalms.
I think we can agree, since you've already brought it up, that the most suspenseful part in any of these movies is that tire changing scene in the tunnel.
Yeah.
So good.
That's good. That's real good.
So is your favorite Weeks?
Yeah, I still think I like Weeks best.
Mine is Days. Do I like this one better than Weeks? I don't know. I guess I liked them about the same.
Sure.
This one pissed me off more, though, because that one was directed by somebody I'd never heard of. This one's directed by an Academy Award winner, and it's this weird and sloppy, and
I just wanted the son to live out his days with the doctor, getting all the knowledge from the doctor that he could, potentially having another doctor
right
in the whole village.
Right. I would have liked that too. But Rafe Fiennes is just like, see ya, kid.
You have to go now.
You're going to have to be off
You
now.
gotta go.
I've got a lot of work to do.
I don't want this infant.
These bones are not going to strip themselves. How quickly he was able to get that skull looking like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a lot of practice.
Right. He's done it hundreds of times. I liked the structures. I liked the bone structure trees.
Yes.
I liked the skull structure.
Yes, it was cool.
I thought it was very moving that he wanted to have some sort of memorabilia of all of the life that has been lost. Jonah hated it.
Yeah.
Jonah hated it. He was like, how will he know which one is his mother's skull if he ever comes back? That's not the point.
Not the point.
Not the point.
The point is that they're the same in death, right?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, neither of us really liked 28 Years Later.
Yeah.
I am cautiously optimistic about the next one, though. If they just make it straight action-y and it's a bunch of dudes in tracksuits kicking ass, maybe it'll be good.
Dance kicking ass.
Right.
Don't forget about the dance kicking.
Right. So, hey.
I'm ready for you, Jimmy. Come on. Get your little gold tooth over here.
I did see an Easter egg that I hadn't noticed on IMDb about how one of Spike's favorite toys that he almost takes with him when he goes back to his house is a Power Ranger. And then at the end, he's saved by all those brightly colored suited guys.
The Blue Ranger came to save him.
Right.
I mean, who didn't love the Power Rangers? I certainly did.
I was very confused when the Power Rangers came on because to me it was just a complete ripoff of Voltron.
I didn't watch Voltron.
Well, it's about little people that come together and their component parts make a giant fighting robot.
I think there was a lot of coming together, kind of, we can change the world by uniting. Like, that was a strong message around that time. There was Captain Planet.
Okay.
Like, I think it was kind of a theme that was going through.
Maybe so. Maybe so. You're right. So we just started in other news.
In other news.
Oh, and let us know what you think of this movie. I'd love to hear your opinions. The reviews have been very positive that I've read. I was kind of surprised, honestly. But, hey, these are just opinions.
Yeah. Just how we think.
We started listening to a book at Kay's suggestion called The Last House on Needless Street by Katrina Ward. Now, it's a very interesting book and has a cat character that does some of the narration.
Olivia.
It's sort of it's a mystery in that all of your narrators are really unreliable, and it's very hard to understand what's real and what's not.
Right. And there's like 3 different sort of side plots going on, and not one is not necessarily more important than the other, but it just kind of like swishes you back from one to another, and I like that about it. It's like you know, a murder mystery, whodunit, and also kind of family kind of drama situation, and then mental health also wrapped all into it. I love it.
It's really good. I'm almost done with it, but I recommend it.
Me too.
You have anything good you want to talk about?
Yeah, Well, right now, first, I was tasked to pick the next book for our book club, and I wanted to do The Secret Life of C.C. Wilkes, and that is by Diane Chamberlain, and I super recommend it. So it is, you know, about this girl who was raised in one family, but it's actually a different family that she came from, and, you know, kind of that drama playing back and forward in present day and when she was growing up. And I really liked that one, but it was too close to a book that we had already read in book club.
Yeah, like last time.
Yeah.
So
Just too close. But maybe I'll suggest it next time around. But the one that I'm reading right now is called The One by John Mars, and that one is going to be the one that I actually pick. It's about, you know, this dating app that they use your genetic DNA to pick you with the one. And it's going through 5 different characters and meeting the one, and all of the batshit crazy stuff that happens with that. And, you know, it's a bunch of different love stories, but also the drama that comes with it.
you said one of the people was matched with someone who had just died, right?
Right.
And then another one was a man, and they'll do it regardless of age, location, gender.
It's biological. So there's this guy who's straight and then gets matched with a guy, and he is like, his fiance is pushing him, well, you should meet him, you should just see, like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? If you're not gay, you're not gay, like, fine. And then he does end up falling, and then that's drama, and God, it's great. It's batshit crazy.
You said they made it into a TV show?
Yeah, it was on Netflix. It was a season long. Apparently I watched it. Who knows? I only half pay attention when I watch things. I also am playing like a video game or crocheting or, you know, 17 other things.
Sewing
with my hands.
cushions, yeah. So that's what we've been reading. Let us know what you've been reading. We're always looking for suggestions.
Yeah.
And for our next movie,
Dun, 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 dun.
we are doing a period piece. It is called The Damned. It came out this year. It is streaming on Hulu. It's about this community who, there's like a shipwreck off the coast, and they choose not to help the people that are drowning there, and then I think it comes back to bite them in the ass.
I love a human versus nature situation.
Sure.
We don't have enough food. We don't have enough rations. We don't have enough, you know, medical supplies. What are we going to do? It's one of my favorite genres.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh. Good to know. So that's what we're going to watch next time. Please watch The Damned on Hulu or rent it, and join us back here in 2 weeks and let us know what you thought, and we'll discuss it. I think that's all there is in other news.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we've wrapped it up pretty well.
Gotta go make some couch cushions now.
That's right.
Maybe eat some more hot dogs.
Oh, that sounds good. We only have one left, but you can have it.
You're so sweet to me.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
So, keep those cards and letters coming, kids. We love to hear from you. You can email us at...
Send us a real postcard.
I would love that.
DM us for our freaking address.
That's right.
And then come murder us. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares?
You can email us if you want. If you don't want to mail us stuff, at thebloodlustpodcast@gmail.com. You can comment on our website, thebloodlust.net. Or you can message us on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads.
Write out a postcard, take a picture of it, and then put it on Facebook. Then we don't have to give out our actual address.
That's true.
And then no one will murder us.
But we have a mean dog, so no one will murder us anyway.
Come see Boss.
I was really thinking of Barbie.
Your ankles will be so bitten.
I still have a scar from Barbie. She doesn't fuck around. Oh, look at her.
So scary.
So, listeners, thank you very much for listening. Kay, thank you for joining me.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Until next time, this has been episode 280. I've been Amy.
And I'm Kay.
Thank you, good night,
Hail Satan.
and hail Satan.
And hail Satan.